Hey there folks, my name is Michael Bertrand and this is the deal with conformity. Why do we have this urge to conform? Why do we make other people conform? What is it that drives us to do this? Now to understand this, you're going to have to understand that modern life is unnatural. It is not natural for the human being to live amongst strangers. From the dawn of humanity to the dawn of civilization, we never saw people we didn't know. We lived in small tribal groups that worked perfectly well with our mental programming, our mental computing capacity to understand and recognize 100 to 150 individuals. So you never encountered a stranger. Everyone you encountered was someone you knew. And that is how our essential programming worked, because we were like this for millions of years. But then we invented civilization as we know it, and we began to live in larger groups, and that meant that we were going to have to find a way to overcome the fact that our natural reaction to seeing someone we don't know is fear and hostility. Oh no, a stranger, an interloper, who knows what they'll do? I don't know them personally, so therefore they're capable of anything. So we had to develop a way to make it so that you could trust a stranger enough for society. And thus was born conformity. We all have, in our minds, an extremely intricate set of expectations of our fellow citizens. We don't know them personally, but we know enough about them so that we feel safe. You don't feel like every single stranger you meet, and in modern society, you can walk past hundreds, thousands of them and not even think about it. You don't look at every stranger and think, if I turn my back on him, maybe he's going to clap me on the back of the head and take my wallet. And we achieve this via conformity. We stay within certain bounds of physical appearance and behavior so that we're sending that soothing signal to the other nervous naked beach apes. You don't know me personally, but you can see enough of yourself in me. We can rely on this common understanding of what limits we operate within for us to just ignore one another, for us to walk past each other and never even give a thought to the other person as a threat. That's actually, that kind of highly functional apathy is extremely important to society. It wouldn't work without it. And this is what allows the human animal to live in conditions which would be impossibly and quite horribly overcrowded for any other species. But obviously conformity, we all know it has problems. Once we got on the path of individualism, this desire for conformity, it was inevitable that it was going to get eroded. And one angle you can see the progress to modern civilization from is the ability to allow more and more freedom of expression and lifestyle, career, etc., while still maintaining enough of that sense of conformity to allow us to function. It's like we're building a more compact, robust version of conformity. This is also why being weird upsets people. Weirdness reminds people, it sort of breaks the spell. It means that you're not sending all the signals of safety and conformity that others might prefer. And that's the, in a sense, rational reason why people don't like it when you're weird. Even though, I'm a weirdo myself. I've spent a lot of time going, what? I'm just a little different. But that's the story. That's, they're not going to completely lose their civilization and view you as a hostile invader, but you are reminding them that you are a stranger, and you are giving out signals that you are an unknown quantity. And it makes them feel less safe. You might do anything. You're capable of anything. So even though we're a highly individualist society, there is still this lingering need for conformity. And if you are sending the wrong signals, it breaks the spell enough to make people uncomfortable. And they start to feel like you're a threat. Essentially, for the most basic emotional reason there is, you're hurting them in the sense that you're making them uncomfortable. That's why tolerance is the bedrock of modern society. We have to cling very much to our own direct self-interest and say, it doesn't matter that person is weird, it doesn't matter that person doesn't look like anyone I've ever seen before. That's fine because they're not actually hurting. That's basically the motto of tolerance. To sum up, conformity. Why conformity? So that we can live amongst each other, so that we're all sending the same signal to each other that even though you don't know me personally, I am still safe to be around because you know enough about me to know that I am enough like you and enough like someone you can understand that I don't pose a threat. That's all there is to it. When you look at it the right way, that runs through everything from upsetting your parents by getting your nose pierced to the worst kinds of racism and intolerance. It's all conformity, and it all comes from the same source. My name is Michael Bertrand, and that's all for today. See you tomorrow, folks.
And after all, we're only ordinary